Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be taking an MBTI personality test. I have taken them before, and multiple times actually. I used to study these a lot a few years ago, so I'm going to try not to let that impact my decision making. So yeah, let's just get into it then. Do I regularly make new friends? That is a good question. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to say that I don't, because I'm trying to think. The most recent friend I made was a few months ago, but I tried to be nice to everyone. Complex and novel ideas excite me more than simple and straightforward ones. Yeah, I'd say I agree with that. I'm gonna not read them out loud. I think you can read them on the screen just so I can, it's easier for me to edit it. I'll put a link to this in the description so you can take it for yourself. I feel very called out by this one because my desk is always dirty, and whenever I clean it, within 2 days, it's a pile of junk. So I like to think that I stay calm, but I'm noticing that sometimes I don't stay calm, and that kind of makes me feel bad about myself. But do I want to go with the ideal version of me or the truth? I'll go with the truth. Oh my god, I'm a big procrastinator. I try to keep schedules and lists, like actual written ones, or typed ones, but I never make it past the first day. I don't even think I have an updated calendar on my wall, but I try to plan things out in my head just so I'm not so overwhelmed with all the stuff I need to get done in a day. But I mean, it's not asking me if I use them, it's just if I like to use them. So yeah, I think I do like to use them. So I'm starting to feel more confident. So a few months ago I would have said no, but I think I'm okay. Well, not actually. It is kind of scary, but I've trained myself to just be okay, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity like this, because I also have huge FOMO, and so I'm gonna do slight agree. I love talking about the abstract. I don't know why, it just always interests me. I'm scared of death, but I'm so interested in talking about it, see everyone's opinions about it, so yeah. This is hard because I try to see what everyone else feels and thinks. So I guess I do prioritize feelings then. Try not to think in terms of the personality type and what each of the letters mean. But I like to have a little schedule, but then I give myself room to do things. If I feel like doing this right now, I might not feel like doing it later, so yeah. Actually, I found that I like working by myself better, because sometimes working with friends or people I don't know very well distract me, but also I do like it because we can evenly spread out the work, and it's funner if I do it with friends, you know? So this is hard actually. I'm gonna be actually, but I don't know, because neutral won't help with determining the score, but I guess I've often said I won't do sport because of the team, but also the competition aspect, but I also am competitive, so I'm just a big contradiction. So yeah, I do enjoy it. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna say that I disagree. How does one prioritize being being sensitive to other people's emotions rather than telling them straight up how you think? I try to balance out the honesty and sensitivity, but the sensitivity and the sympathy of it, I guess, are a priority for me, so I'm gonna do agree like that. It's hard for me to start new things, so I wouldn't say I actively search them out, but sometimes they just happen to me. Sometimes I go out of my way to find an artist I like, except I don't. I know what artist I want to listen to deep down, probably. I don't know, this is hard. No. This is difficult because if it's out in public, then I don't want to be doing things on my own. I want to be with my friends, obviously. If it's at home, yeah, I like to do things on my own, but I also like to include other people in what I'm doing. But sometimes I need to be alone and do things, so Say what I do enjoy. No, I love writing fictional stories. I love fiction stories in general, so like, you are what you consume aspect, I guess. Sometimes I make decisions very practically, but other times I like think about what everyone else wants. But sometimes I like rush other people, and that makes me feel bad because I don't want to do that. But my dad does it, and I guess that influenced me in some way. I don't mean to call out my dad like that, but yes, I remember this question from all the times I've taken it. As a kid, I always used to eat my vegetables first before I started my meal because I'd have to save the best for last, as I put it, and like get it over with to have the prize. Sometimes I find myself skipping ahead to the prize, but I have to remind myself that I have to do the things I don't like. I actually like vegetables now though, but it just felt like a chore to eat them sometimes because I wanted to eat the not actual food sounds weird. like the fruit I wanted to eat, like I don't know what I'm saying, but yes. I think that in disagreements or arguments, well actually in disagreements, because I feel like in disagreements you're able to listen to the other perspective. I think it's really important to listen to others and what they have to say and listen to how they defend their argument. Yeah, I think I'm more interested in that. I wanna hear them out. So I don't prioritize proving myself unless it's like so irrational, and I just need to get my point across first so they understand what I mean. So maybe I'll disagree. Yeah, unless I like have to go up to someone, like I have something to tell them, then I wait for other people. I guess so. No, I'm so swayed by emotional arguments. Yes. So, yeah, I actually do. I know this is an introvert-extrovert question. I would consider myself an introvert, but sometimes I need to be around others. When there's theories, I become interested. No, I think that's so cool though. I love game theory, style theory, food theory, all the theory channels. I miss MatPat, but I think Amy and Santi and all the others are good. So I disagree with that. When facts and feelings have conflicted in the past, I tried to follow my head, but my heart tried to. It was like brain versus heart. I don't know if I find myself. I don't know. I tried to like be in control of it, but it doesn't work out. I feel like I'm trauma dumping. I'm sorry. Yes, I do. I need to be in school if I'm gonna study. No, they would probably describe me as quiet and smart. Yes, I am. I love writing. I love drawing. I love all the arts. I try to be rational and face the facts. Yeah, so I'd like to do that. But does it happen? No. Anyway. Oh my god. Texting all the way. I get so scared to make phone calls. They're really scary and I don't make them that often, so I'm not used to them. Just text me, please. I don't know how to react if you're calling me. If you know me, just text me. I do, but not when they're like outlandish. Like, there's like no possible way that that's right and you're just like making stuff up. But I do, I find it interesting to see their perspective and how it was shaped and stuff. I think that it's hard. I was gonna go off on a paragraph of thoughts, but I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I agree with this, but also sometimes I go with the flow. So, yes, but also no. But yes, but also no. At this rate, the world is going to be destroyed in the future, but I think we all came to that conclusion, except for the people that still aren't doing anything about it. So, sure. And in a lot of situations. Yes, actually. That. I think collaborative effort is really important, but I feel like I'd like to work alone a lot of the time because when I'm in the zone, I can't talk to anyone. Not easily. Nope, I think that it is an important time of not a waste. I like both, but I find myself, I like New York City. I was just there yesterday. All the quiet places felt weird to be in when outside it was so loud. Yeah, I do like cities. I think they're cool. No, I think I need further proof, because I'll like second guess myself. In an ideal world, yes. I am a good problem solver, but also it's a lot of work sometimes. Alright, let's see our results. Okay. So, that's actually different from what I usually get. Alright, so I'm 65% introverted. Wait, sorry. I just completely forgot. I'll tell you guys what I... Did I say it already? No, I'll tell you guys what I usually get like after I read through all this and see if it suits me more or if I like the other one. 74% intuitive. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. So yeah, I agree with that, and I agree with the introverted one. 74% feeling. So this is the last one. And I feel like whenever I take this quiz, it's always like split down the center with one side more. So I guess I just gave you what my original one was. So my original one was INFJ, which I've been going with for what, like 3 years now. But maybe prospecting. Maybe I'm opening my eyes to it. But also I felt like the judging aspect, which right here. I wouldn't say I'm good at improvising. I do theater and drama club, and one of the things we do, especially in like a theater camp, is like improv. Obviously, that's like one of the most important forms of theater. And or like we say like a random sound, whatever comes to mind, and I find I have difficulty with that, and I have to like plan something out in my head. And I'm like, okay, I know what to do. And then I'm not good with being put on the spot because I tend to be quieter. I used to be so against change as a kid. I think I've gotten better about it, but I still struggle with it. So I think like deep down, fundamentally, I'm not good with change. Example of this is I didn't want the Christmas tree to be moved because we had like a new couch or something. I didn't want it to be moved from its spot where it always was, so I said I was gonna write an essay about why I shouldn't move it. I was like 9. Yeah, but I can definitely see how some of the questions I answered, like the go with the flow type things. So I'm meditator according to this, and you can see the little INFP with trees and a deer and a flower pen with a book and leaned up against a tree stump. It seems some of the aspects, some of the traits to describe it are similar to the INFJ. I'll read through the rest of it and I'll get back to you on the outro of how I feel. So yeah. Please, don't prove I'm right. Oh my god, I recently found out that there's a key change. But my sibling said that I had already told everyone that there's a key change, but I don't remember that I did this. I'm sorry. It's a plan. Thank you for contributing to global warming, climate change.